Hi guys, I noticed that you had not turned in that you did the reading assignment, our solar system reading assignment posted by Mr. Stolberg, I believe on Monday. Wanted to help you out. I wasn't sure why you hadn't gotten that one turned in yet, that you'd read it, but I thought I'd give you a little extra help. This is Mrs. McKinney. I'll leave you my email address. If you're struggling to get your assignments done, please let me know. But I'm going to help you out with this and do a little read aloud so you can get this accomplished and work on your other assignments. What is the solar system made of? Can you name the 8 planets in our solar system? Earth is a planet. It is okay if you cannot name all the planets. You have likely heard of most of them. What other kinds of objects in the solar system have you heard of? Our solar system is made up of the Sun and all of the objects that orbit it. This includes the 8 planets, but there are many other objects in the solar system as well. Planetary moons, asteroids, and comets are all part of our solar system. The Sun is the star at the center of our solar system. It is a very large sphere of hot gas. Our Sun is made up mostly of two gases. They are hydrogen 70% and helium 28%. Planets are large bodies in space that orbit stars. In our solar system, Earth is one of the 8 planets that orbit the Sun. The other planets are Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. All of the planets in our solar system are roughly spherical in shape. A moon is a roughly spherical body, too. Planets orbit a star such as the Sun. Moons orbit a planet. Most of the planets in our solar system have moons. Mercury and Venus are the only planets that do not have at least one moon. What else is in our solar system? Asteroids are small rocky bodies. They are also called planetoids. They orbit the Sun. A large belt of these rocks lies between Mars and Jupiter. It is known as the asteroid belt. Smaller asteroids that do not stay in their orbit are called meteoroids. When meteoroids enter Earth's atmosphere, we call them meteors. Meteors turn to vapor as they move through the atmosphere. These are the shooting stars that you may see. Sometimes a meteor survives its fall to Earth. Then it is known as a meteorite. Comets are different from asteroids. They are made of ice, rock, and gas. When a comet's orbit passes near the Sun, some of the ice melts. This causes the comet to leave a long trail of ice and gas. These trails are called tails. How are the objects in the solar system arranged? The planets in our solar system move in orbits around the Sun. These orbits are nearly circular. Diagrams of the solar system often show the planets lined up. The planets are not lined up. They are also not all travel in the same plane. They also do not all travel in the same plane. Each planet moves in its own plane. The planets also move at different speeds. The planets closer to the Sun travel around the Sun faster than the ones farther away. Each planet also speeds up as it approaches the Sun. It slows down as it moves away from the Sun. Let us name the planets in order of distance from the Sun. They are Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. The 4 that are closer to the Sun are called the inner planets. The 4 that are farther from the Sun are called the outer planets. Between the inner and outer planets is the asteroid belt, but the outer planets is called, I'm sorry, between the inner and outer planets is the asteroid belt. Past the outer planets is an area called the Kuiper belt. It contains millions of rocky objects. These objects include Pluto. Scientists once considered Pluto a planet. They now consider Pluto a dwarf planet. Comets travel past the Kuiper belt. They go to the edge of the solar system. What are the similarities and differences between planets of our solar system and other objects in the solar system? What exactly is a planet? Until recently, the scientific definition of a planet was loose. Pluto is a large body located past Neptune. It was considered a planet. As telescopes improved, scientists began finding other large objects in the Kuiper Belt. Some are nearly as large as Pluto. Finally, scientists decided to make a clearer definition of planet. In 2006, they said that an object must meet three conditions to be considered a planet. First, a planet must orbit a star. Second, it must be large enough so that its own gravity pulls it into a spherical shape. Third, it must have an orbit free of other small objects. The planets in our solar system are divided into two main categories. There are inner planets. These are Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars. They are all smaller planets. They are made of solid rock. They are found inside the asteroid belt. There are outer planets. These are Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. They are called gas giants. This is because they are very massive and made up of mainly gas. They are found outside the asteroid belt. Think again about the scientific definition of a planet. Moons are not planets. They do not orbit the sun. Asteroids are rocky. They do not orbit the sun. Comets are a combination of ice, rock, and gas. They also orbit the sun. However, neither asteroids nor comets are planets. This is because their orbits are not clear of other small objects, and they are not spherical. Often they orbit the sun in belts. These belts have thousands of other objects in them. For example, the Kuiper Belt is beyond the outer planets. It contains Pluto and millions of smaller rocky objects that orbit the sun. Now for the questions. Question 1. Scientists decided in 2006 that an object must meet three rules to be considered a planet. What are those three rules? I like to steal words from the text to answer the text. So sometimes I highlight my words that I'm going to steal, and I'm going to say the three rules include, and then I might even do like number 1. There was something about it being spherical, so I might want to go back to my text up here and look for the word when it talks about the difference between the planets. Oh, look, here's one. It says, first, a planet must orbit a star. So I'm going to take that and highlight it. A planet must orbit a star. Okay, and I'm going to come down here and I'm going to say the three rules include a planet must orbit a star. And then it's going to do number 2 for me. There were some more rules up here. Where was that? Oh, second, must be large enough so that its own gravity pulls it into a spherical shape. I'm going to highlight that. Come back down here. I'm going to steal a planet must be large enough. Now, let's pretend like you're okay at typing. Maybe you need a little bit of help. Did you know you also have the tools up here for voice typing? So let's pretend like this last part I'm having trouble coming up with the typing myself. I can actually use my little microphone to type it for me. So I have a planet must be large enough, and I want to say for its gravity to pull it into a spherical shape. That's a lot. So I'm going to use my microphone for that. For its gravity to pull it into a spherical shape. Now you do have to click your microphone off when you're done typing so that it doesn't type your other words. Then I'm just going to go back in here and change the number 4 into the word 4 and change the number 2 into the word 2. Whoops, I mean 2 as in to pull. And I've got my sentence. A planet must be large enough for its gravity. Whoops, this needs to be the other kind of 4. That's not the number 4. A planet must be large enough for its gravity to pull it into a spherical shape. Do you see how you've got lots of little tricks and things you can do? Don't forget to highlight words from the question to help you answer the question. Go back into the text and use your highlighter to steal some answers and put them down in there. And if you're having trouble typing everything out, go to your toolbar and click on voice typing, and you can use your microphone on and off to help you with your typing. Hopefully this helps you get your assignment turned in. If you need any other assistance, I will put my email in the message. This is Mrs. McKinney again, and you can send me a message, and I hope to help you so that you can get caught up. Thanks so much.